So in our last discussion, we saw some of the challenges of the society related to the social development, and we saw how AI can be used effectively in order to solve those kind of challenges or problems. Now here I come to the next session where I'm going to show you some challenges related to environment as well as economic development and how AI can play a very important role. Previous lectures, we understood why we should use the power of AI, especially in getting these SDGs achieved by 2030. We understood all the powers that AI has. And now we are going to correlate those things with our challenges. The first challenge for today related to environment is monitoring climate and environmental trends and identifying clean water resources. So here so many things are related: environment, climate, water, and everything. So how AI can be used? We can use the power of CV of AI. CV means what? Computer vision. So what can computer vision do? It can process large amount of images. It can generate patterns and trends from the data related to climate change, pollution, global warming, on agriculture, clean water sources, whether any pollution is happening or not, whether any other changes are happening, natural resources, and many more. From that, it can help the policy makers to understand the current situation and handle the challenge in a much better way. Obviously, if the data is presented to us in a better way, the authorities will be able to take the decisions at the right time, isn't it? So because we have the ability of data, CV, and NLP, we can use the concept of CV in monitoring the climate and environmental trends, also to identify the clean water resources. You must be knowing that many people are denied or they do not have clean potable drinking water. They have to walk miles and miles to fetch water in some of the countries and in some of the places, even in India also. So if CV is able to help us in that, CV of AI is going to help us. Obviously, it is going to be a great boon. So the next challenge that we have is again related to water. So developing systems to provide clean water, and it is also related to clean energy usage. Not only water, obviously energy management is also very much required. So how AI can be used? So AI powered systems can process data collected from satellites and drones about water resources, like what is the river bed level, ponds, lakes, underground water, water tables, everything. It can compile, it can analyze the big data to find patterns and trends and in turn help the policy makers to conserve water, to give clean water, and to go for water conservation like rainwater harvesting, drip irrigation, and other concepts. The policy makers can then prepare systems for clean water distribution, check water wastage, restore water tables, preserve water resources, and implement clean and green energy. So everything is related with each other, not only water distribution, this wastage, coming to the wastage part or the water tables, conserving the resources of water, everything is very important. Plus, all these things will go towards encouraging clean energy, that is green energy also. So now here we are coming to the concept of challenge. The next challenge, smart cities, peaceful living. So smart cities, peaceful living is very important now because we are going towards smart home, smart cities, smart buildings, smart communities, everything. How AI can be used? We have thoroughly understood in the previous chapter of Relate module that IoT is the answer for that. Every AI system is going to be connected with IoT. IoT will be AI enabled. So then it is going to in turn help the smart city. What will smart city have? It will have smart lighting, smart houses, smart buildings, and smart traffic management. Everything is going to be taken care of. And such cities will have surveillance, monitoring, tracking. So what will this lead to? It is going to lead to a peaceful living, proper disaster management, safety, waste management, everything that we have studied under the previous chapter of Relate module. So this challenge also can be successfully met by using AI effectively. Now, the next one, AI and the economic issues. Please keep in mind that by thinking about economy and society, we should not put our environment at stake. All these three things should go hand in hand for sustainable development to happen. What's the first challenge under this one? Smart agriculture. What can AI system help us to do or help us to achieve? It can predict weather, pest and plant diseases. If that is predicted properly or it is detected properly, the farmer can go for better cures and crop options. Better supply chain management. The production is more, but it is not reaching the required people over there, and proper go downs are not there. So supply chain management also can be taken care by AI, because it is going to optimize which is the best place to set up the go down, which is the shortest reach to reach the particular place. All those optimization work, it is going to help us. Revolutionary role on agricultural research. Research in agriculture is very important, because whatever species are there related to crops, fruits, and vegetables, everything should be analyzed, make it much better to be more strong and effective, and it should be able to sustain the environmental changes also. So research is also very important. So AI is obviously going to help. And the last but not the least is your increasing efficiency of overall agricultural front. So agricultural front means taking care of the farmer, his family, his land, and environment, and production, procurement of fertilizer, seeds, and everything, distribution, go downs, then your storing of all these perishable items like cold chain store, supply chain, everything is going to be taken care by the AI. So AI can be used effectively for solving the economic issues also. Next, the next challenge is which one? Again, related to economy, is innovations in industry and overall infrastructure. How AI can be used? All the three domains of AI, data, CV, and NLP can be used. For what purpose? For product research and designing purpose. Manufacturing and construction. Here comes the job of your robots. Okay, they can help in manufacturing, constructing. Logistics and infrastructure development. We can integrate IoT and robotics, which is going to lead to innovative systems. If you have more innovation in our systems, it is going to lead to a factory which is smart with all the smart features. Not only we can have smart cities, smart homes, we can imagine a day where we're going to have smart factory also with all the smart features. So to do all these things, we should combine all the concepts, students. It is not only about machine learning or deep learning or AI. So AI is a big, what to say, information technology, which is going to revolutionize the way we live, think, and do our things. And in every aspect of the present day situation, we can apply AI. And that is our main agenda, to know that how can I correlate AI with achieving of the SDG goals. Okay. Coming to the next one, challenge is which one here? It is about reducing inequalities and fair consumption and production. When I say inequalities, you remember that picture I had shown you, gender inequality is there. It may be caste inequality, financial inequality, educational opportunities. There are so many kind of inequalities over here. So how to stop that? Again, I can use AI. AI systems can compile data visions for various groups and can help in mapping with the opportunities available or denied for them. In few of the places, we see that women are not allowed to work in particular place. So who can help us? The AI systems can map this data, generate a particular pattern, and know where this problem is occurring. How can it be solved? So if these issues are taken care, obviously, slowly, the gender inequality issue will be taken care, which is one of the most important part of the SDG goal. It can help in locating availability of services, food, and other opportunities. It can also help NGOs to fight the victims of crime. How it can help? Obviously, your computer vision is there. Monitoring systems, surveillance systems, we can take care of that. So again, the inequality which is there in gender can be taken care of. And in the next one, that is fair consumption and production, it is somewhat related to the agricultural purpose. Okay. We should not use the soil in such a way that all its nutrients are gone. So we should be able to use the land in such good methods that it is going to be used in future generation also. So what we can do, present day consumption, how we are using that data can be analyzed to manage the present day situation as well as the future production also. So manage production as well as prevent overproduction and wastage. In some places we see that more of crops were grown, they were not be able to distribute it, and they were thrown or they got stale. it was not used. There should be no wastage, there should be no overproduction, and it should be properly distributed, and all people will be able to get the food, so that there'll be fair consumption and production of food items. So if that is done, then health will be taken care. Okay, see, now you can correlate with all the SDGs, whatever I'm telling over here. Now, the next challenge is collaboration for data and efforts. Now, collaboration means what? Teamwork. Teamwork to do what? To achieve these goals. Imagine a situation where only one country is doing all these things. What about the other one? So, the SDG goal, one of the SDG goal talks about reducing inequalities among countries, not only about gender, caste, creed, and everything. It's about between countries also. One country is becoming very rich and other country is going down. That is not going to help to progress. So why all countries met in that meet? Because they all wanted to grow together, because human beings are there everywhere. It is not that I grow and my other country fellow men do not grow. And if I destroy the nature, they are going to protect the nature. No, that is not going to happen. So collaboration for data and efforts is also very important. And how AI can be used, data sets, data vision, and learning of multiple AI systems can be integrated. Okay, it can be integrated. Governments and companies can easily collaborate for better solutions. So only when we collaborate, only when we do the teamwork, each one of us can grow individually as well as collectively. Then only we can achieve that goal by 2030. So this picture summarizes the concept of the interlinking of AI with all the goals. You can see that that's why it is put in a circular way, interlinked, it is cyclic in nature, and all those things can be achieved only if AI is used in the best possible way, so that we can get clean energy, environment, and we can protect our environment for the future generations to come. And next one is about AI and environmental issues. What is the challenge that we are facing? To protect our environment for the future generation, how AI can be used. Again, it is the same thing. Our environment and biosphere generates endless amount of data. Let it be temperature, then humidity, altitude, pressure, then other parameters in the environment. They generate lot of amount of data. So by using the power of AI, domains, data, and CV, we can perform marine research, forest management, wildlife conservation, research on land and soil quality, actions to be taken for climate change and global warming, use of green fuel, and many more. So all this comprises of the one main issue of protecting the environment. Life on land, life underwater. See, every marine research refers to what? Life underwater, wildlife conservation, forest management, research on land and soil, everything refers to life on land. So if everything is combined together by using the AI, by using the power of AI in the capacities of data and CV and NLP, we can achieve the challenge that we can protect our environment for future generations to come. Next most important thing is that a very interesting part, that is your SDG board game. For students and their parents and the society to understand, a board game has been developed by the name SDG board game. So here you can see some pictures related to SDG board game. That is, it is under the Go Goals concept. And here you can see a path from start. You can go over here, and the final destination is this 2030. Okay. So how you are going to play this? You have to go to this particular website, gogoals.org/downloadable material. Then you will take the printout of this SDG goal sheet, then the player tokens and the dice. And then you just put the dice and you start playing, and you can see certain activities which are given over here. If you land on a SDG goal, you are going to take out one card. Other than this, cards are also available. Okay, you are going to take out one card, ask a question with your partner or friend, and if you answer correctly, you're going to get one more turn to play. If you come to a place where water is there, you just slide down. It is similar to your snakes and ladders. Okay. If you land up in an area where a ladder is there, you directly climb to this place. So it is a very interesting game. By playing this game, the main goal is that the children of present day generation as well as their parents also will be able to understand what are the present issues that we are facing, how it can be solved, whether we individually can do something or it's only the government's work to do. We all should work collectively, individually, so that we can achieve the goal by 2030. So through this gamification method of learning, the gogoals.org has done this. So I have given this website over here. Please go over there. Plus, how to prepare this game, cutting and pasting, how to prepare the player tokens and the dice, how to exactly play that. I have prepared a separate video which I'll be giving in the description link. So please see that video along with this one and play with your family and friends and know the true meaning of this SDG and how we can achieve it by 2030. So if I just click over here, I will be redirected to that site wherein you can see that you get this downloadable materials. Now, see here, we have got this. See, start to play, see game kit, download the page. If you click on download, so you can get the game kit also, what are the rules, cut out the dice, player tokens information, everything is given over here. So download the page and know all the information, plus how to play this one. I have got another video for this. Please do see that and enjoy this game and understand the true meaning of SDG and how we can contribute something for protecting our environment. So I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful session of SDG. So stay safe and bye-bye.